Now coming to how exactly does a muscle cell contract, how exactly is muscle contraction brought about? That happens from the most widely accepted theory for muscle contraction, which explains this phenomenon very nicely. It is called the sliding filament theory. For that, you all have to know that we had learnt that basically a muscle cell consists of numerous fibrils inside. Now, say for example, this is a muscle cell. I had told you we call a muscle cell as a muscle fiber because it is cylindrical. Within each muscle cell, there are numerous parallelly arranged tube-like or minute cylindrical structures which are referred to as the myofibrils. So I'm going to call each of these cylindrical structure as a myofibril. And in the myofibril, you have repeating units, and these repeating units is referred to as the sarcomere. So what is this repeating unit composed of, or what is it bound by? You can see these crossed lines that I have drawn here. So this is called a Z line, and this is another Z line on the other side. So between the two Z lines, the area that you find is referred to as the sarcomere. So this represents the structural and the functional unit of the muscle fiber, and between the two Z lines you have two types of protein filaments, which are contractile filaments which project towards the center of the sarcomere. So you have these thin filaments which I am drawing here. Notice how they are projecting towards the center from the periphery, and in the center you have these. I'm drawing them a little darker because they are thicker in their diameter, and these are referred to as the thick filaments. So you can see I have labeled two types of filaments over here. Some of them are thin filaments, and the ones that are present in the center, which I've drawn very thick, they are referred to as the thick filaments. By now you all are aware that the thin filaments are actually made up of a protein called actin, and the thick filaments are actually made up of a protein called myosin. So what is depicted here is in light green, what is depicted here is the thick filament, and in red color what is depicted here is the thin filament. So you can see both the thick and the thin filaments which are present in close proximity within this sarcomere. And if you look at the thick filament closely, you have these structures which are projecting out of it. See these head-like structures which are projecting out of it. I am just highlighting them in a dotted circle. These structures which project out of this thick filament constitute what is referred to as the myosin head. And there is a reason why these structures are projecting out. Say for example, this is the thick filament, and these are the heads which are projecting out of it. See, these are the heads which are projecting out. So there's a thin filament on both the sides. So these heads want to establish a kind of a connection between the thin filament, and the bond that is formed between the myosin heads which are projecting out of the thick filament and the thin filament on the corresponding side is what is referred to as the cross bridge. And you know what, children, it's not just the cross bridge formation. After the cross bridge formation, the heads actually rotate towards the center of the sarcomere. When they rotate towards the center, remember they're already attached to these thin filaments on both sides, and they're rotating towards the center. They're going to drag the thin filaments towards the center, and when they drag the thin filaments to the center, the two Z lines are also pulled closer to each other, and what happens to the length of the sarcomere? The length of the sarcomere shortens. Imagine if all the sarcomeres along the myofibril are shortening, the entire muscle cell will shorten, the entire muscle fiber will shorten, and that is what is called muscle contraction. So there is an interaction happening between these heads, the myosin heads which are projecting out of the thick filaments and the thin filament proteins, in order to form a connection called a cross bridge, and that's why it appears as if the thick and the thin filaments are moving past each other, they're sliding past each other, and as a result this theory came to be known as the sliding filament theory of muscle contraction.